Hey, what's up everyone? Welcome to Fantasy Premier League with FPL Wizard. I hope you're all fine, I hope you're all safe, and I hope you're all having fun. I welcome you all to the live stream, and it is one which is going to be really, an important one to make a lot of important decisions about our teams and how we're going to set up for the future and how our season ends, how this 2021 season ends for us. It is going to be defined by you know by this series of fixtures like the double game weeks which are coming up and the blank game week which is going to be happening in game week 29. So I've got lots and lots of information for you guys, and I'm going to be here with you for a long time. I'm going to answer all your questions, hopefully for those viewers who can't be on the live stream but are going to be watching late on. We'll have all the queries and all the dilemmas solved for them. So you know I've got lots of kind of different things that I would like to touch upon in this stream, in which I'd like to tell you about my chip strategy going forward, and my transfers and what I'm planning with them. So guys, lots and lots to be discussed in this stream. And hey Jug, welcome. Shivam, FPL Sam, Matea, Caleb, Melivab, Shrikant, thank you so much everyone for being here. I hope you can hear me loud and clear. So let's get the stream started. So with so I'd just like to tell you that I haven't made any transfer, and I don't intend to make any transfer anytime soon, because there are a lot of uncertainties with the injuries and press conferences coming up thick and fast, and I'm going to delay my transfer until the deadline stream tomorrow. I'll only make my transfer before I come to the deadline stream tomorrow. Until then, I'm not going to make any transfer. So we can I'm just gonna show you my team first, not my transfer, my team, so that how it is looking at the moment. Right, so if I don't make any transfers right now, this is how my team looks like, right? So I've got McCarthy in goal, which is not ideal, because I think the way Fraser Forster, he played against Wolves in the FA Cup, I'm just kind of fearful that McCarthy might lose his place. Other than that, I had Diaz and Antonio, who who were flagged, and I was really worried about them. But fortunately, it's just worked out well that we know that Ruben Diaz is in training and he's possibly going to be fit for the double game week. And with Antonio, David Moyes was pretty positive, and he said that Antonio, excuse me, he said that Antonio is, he's trained and he could well be in line to, he could make it for this game. So pretty happy with that. Dominic Calvert-Lewin, I was a little bit disappointed because I had transferred him in with a view on this Fulham game. But Carlo Ancelotti, he said that Dominic Calvert-Lewin is not going to be fit for the Fulham game, but he is going to be fit for the Manchester City game. But, do we really want him for that game is a separate issue, because, he's got Manchester City in 24, and then he's got Liverpool in 25. He does have decent fixtures in 26. He's got Southampton and one other fixture, a double game week for him. But do I really want to hold him for these two fixtures? Not so sure right now. So this is about my team. Sorry if I'm not answering your questions right now, guys, because I just want to make this structured, this live stream a little bit more structured, in that we address all the issues, point by point, and then I'll come back and I'll answer all your questions. So, but for now, I just want to talk a little bit about my team and the strategy and the double game weeks which are coming thick and fast, and what we're going to do about them, right? So I don't want to kind of break the rhythm of the stream. So basically, this is what my team looks like right now, and how am I going to approach the upcoming kind of game week it all depends on what chip strategy I'm using. I haven't kind of fixed it right now, but I would like to show you here. It's very important. This is Ben Krillin's spreadsheet, in which you can see all the blanks and doubles and all the possibilities. We'll get to this later. We'll discuss this in detail. If you see, this is the colors, don't be kind of thinking that these green fixtures are the ones which are easy. It is not about easy or tough fixtures. It is all about which team has a match and which is a single game week, which is a double game week. So as we already know, in 24 we've got these, 4 fixtures or 4 teams who are having 2 games: Manchester City, Everton, Burnley, and Fulham. And in 25 we have Southampton and Leeds. By the way, if you don't follow Ben Krillin at Twitter, he is a master at all these things. He does all these fixtures predictions that turn out to be really accurate. So if you're not following him, do go give him a follow. So a massive shout out to the guy. He puts in really so much hard work. And so 24, 25, and 26 is the big double game week. And and there's so many teams who've got doubles, and even more like something like West Bromwich Albion, Sheffield, Wolves, and even Fulham and Southampton. They have a possibility to get a double game week, so it's going to be a really big double game week here. The problem here is in game week 29 there is a blank, right? And after the FA Cup is complete, the fixtures are complete, we know which teams are going to be blanking in game week 29. So and which teams have a fixture. So we're not going to discuss that here. I'm going to take you to my to a table which I kind of made from Ben Krillen's spreadsheet. So you can see that in game week 24 we have like Burnley, City, Everton, and Fulham who've got a double game week. In 25 we've got Southampton and Leeds United. So it's a good chance if you own their players to kind of have the advantage. In 26 these are almost confirmed by Ben Krillen. So City, Everton, Burnley, Villa, Spurs, United, Wolves, City, Liverpool, and Chelsea and Palace. So it's a big double game week in 26. Now in blank game week 29, which is more important for some of us, because especially those who have used their free hit, remember, just focus on this, because if you have used your free hit, these are the 3 confirmed fixtures, and according to Ben Krillen, Aston Villa versus Tottenham can be included in 29. He thinks that it is definitely going to be included. So I'm going with what Ben Krillen thinks because he's mostly correct. So Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham, Arsenal, Fulham, Leeds, and Aston Villa, Tottenham. So basically, for those of us who don't have a free hit anymore, we have to not only plan for these doubles, guys, we also have to plan for the blank game week. It's very important, because if we don't have a free hit, you are basically stuck if you kind of make a very game week 26 heavy team without Spurs players. So what do we need to do? We need to see which teams have a double game week in 26 but also have a fixture in 29. So based on that, I just made a kind of list which I think you are going to enjoy. In this, I made a list in which I say players that I like for game week 26, but then I've also written here at the bottom players that I plan for in blank game week 29. So basically what I'm thinking here is that for game week 29, since I don't have my free hit, so I have to make a team leading up to game week 29, which will have 3 Leeds United players, 3 Tottenham players, 2 Aston Villa players, and 2 West Ham players. So essentially that just leaves me with one another player that can be maybe Brighton, Arsenal, or maybe even another Aston Villa player. So it could be 3 Leeds, 3 Spurs, 3 Aston Villa, and 2 West Ham United players. So, this kind of structure is important, especially for those people who do not have their free hit. And I'm one of them. I've already used my free hit in game week. I've kind of used my free hit in game week 18. It wasn't the most successful free hit, but that's for another day, right? Now we have to plan in accordance with what's going on here. So I have I have made this plan, right? So now how am I going to execute this plan? I'll come back to this graph later, but I would like to show you the chip strategy that I made in order to execute this plan. So I've got these 2 different graphs. The first one is first chip strategy, and the second one is my second chip strategy. I don't know which one I'm going to be using right now because I'm a little bit, right, I'm still thinking about it. I'm still planning for it. But the first strategy, if you're kind of thinking, where is the bench boost and where's the free hit? I don't have those chips, guys. I've already used my bench boost and I've already used my free hit. So this is the chip strategy for my team, and for anybody who owns a similar, who is using a similar strategy and owns the similar chips. So what I'm doing in my strategy one, in which you can see the green colored boxes, is that I'm using my free transfers to build up to double game week 26. And which players do I want? I want players from teams like Aston Villa, who've got a double game week in 26, but they also have a blank game week in 29. So I want players from Tottenham who've got a blank game week in 29, but also got a double game week. So I'm targeting players like Heung-min Son, Harry Kane, Jack Grealish, Martinez. Because I don't have Martinez, I'm targeting Martinez. So players like that, so that I can take advantage of the double game week in 26, but I can also build up to game week 29, which is a blank game week, and only four fixtures are happening in 29. So now after 29, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dead end my team in 29. By dead end, I mean I'm just going to kind of, I'm going to make my transfers in 27 and 28, which are focused towards game week 29. I don't care how my team is after game week 29, because in game week 30, I'm going to hit my wildcard, and I'm going, it's basically my get out of jail card. I can make a bad team for game week 29, which doesn't have a good fixture in game week 30, but then I'll wildcard and I'll have a good team for the last, 9 game weeks. So this is one strategy which I think is pretty good, because by game week 30, guys, we would almost know who is winning the league and which are the teams which are getting relegated. And once you know the teams which are getting relegated, they just kind of give up, they let down their tools, and you can attack them. For example, if we know that West Bromwich Albion is going to get relegated, you can attack those teams by game week 30. So this is a pretty solid strategy for anybody who doesn't own a free hit. I think I like this strategy a lot. Now another one which I just wanted to show you here, because just for the sake of kind of sake of discussion, and to tell you about my points. By the way, apologies if I'm not reading your comments, guys. I'm right now on my diagram, and I'm just trying to explain you what I'm planning. So apologies if you're making any comments. I'll come back and talk to you pretty soon, right? So here, guys, what is the plan here? I'm going to use my wildcard in game. If I use this blue strategy, right, what I do is I use my wildcard in game week 25, but as I've written here, you can see here, I've written on my wildcard, I make sure that I get 3 Aston Villa players, 3 Spurs players, and 3 Leeds players. And what does that help me do? It helps me make a strong team for game week 25, 26, but it also, enables my team to have 11 players in game week 29. So that essentially solves, it's like killing, just don't want to say two birds with a stone. That's not a good analogy, but I don't, basically what I'd say, it's like, having, basically a single chip and helping me navigate 25, 26, and also 29, right? And I can use my triple captain in 26. I'll discuss which players are the best to use your triple captain chip on, and I have a couple of them in my mind, so I'll tell you about that. But this is my second strategy. Now, what is the advantage? The advantage is, in this, I am only using my free transfers to take advantage of the 2 or 3 double game weeks which are coming, right? 24, 25, 26 are all double game weeks. So what I'm doing is I'm just taking advantage of the double game weeks by using my free transfers. That might not be the best strategy, but that helps me to save my wildcard, right? And after that as well, I'm building up to game week 29 by my free transfers as well. Here in 25, I will have a team in which I'll have 3 Aston Villa, maybe 2 Tottenham, and 3 Leeds or 2 Leeds players. And then I can it's a mix and match. But the disadvantage, I will have no get out of jail card. If anything goes wrong after this, all I have is free transfers. I will have no chip. I will have, I won't have any, get out of jail card. I don't have a free hit. I don't have any wild card left. So, currently I'm leaning towards this green strategy. I feel it is more solid. But is there more upside in the blue strategy? Yes, there is. It can give me a rank boost, because I will be able to better take advantage of 25 and 26. But so there's also a trade-off in which I don't have any wildcard left. So these are my two chip strategies which I'm thinking about. Now, I'd just like to touch upon, for those of you who might have other chips left, right? I would like to kind of talk about what you should do. By the way, in the comments, I see Yusuf saying, "Is this live or pre-recorded?" It is live, my friend. I'm just talking, looking at the diagram, so that I just want to explain to you guys, because I I was still figuring out lots of stuff, and I didn't make a video about what my plan is. So I just like to talk to you about my plan, and then I'll come back and answer your comments. So just so that it is not uh pre-recorded. I'm actually just saying everything live, right? So for those of you who have other chips as well, right, what would I do with those chips? I don't have a diagram, guys, so I'm just going to use this one, and I hope you could just you can listen to it and you can make out. So for example, if I have my free hit left, right, so what I would do is I would use this strategy, the blue one. I would use my wildcard in game. Actually, I wouldn't. If you have a bench boost left, see, again, there's this thing with me about bench boost. So if I have bench boost left, what would I do? I would use my bench boost in game week 25, right? Don't get confused. Maybe in game week 24 or game week 25, or if you want, you can use it in game week 26 as well. What I would not suggest you to do is use your wildcard before using your bench boost. I'll tell you why I'm saying this. Once, basically, bench boost has its advantages, but it also has a disadvantage, because bench boost enables you, or it kind of puts money on your bench, because if you want to bench boost, you want 15 good players, right? Even the players which are sitting on your bench are actually good players. So basically, you'll invest money into those players, and once you wildcard in those players and you put them on your bench, your playing 11 will become weak, right? And you use your bench boost, you get good points, no problem. What are you going to do after that? Then you'll have to, one by one, you have to transfer those players out. The ones which are sitting on your bench, you'll have to sell them for cheaper players. And unless you bench boost with absolutely enablers like, Anguissa, or maybe somebody like, the cheapest players like Kilman, Anguissa, these guys, that doesn't give you any upside with the bench boost. So what I would do is I would use my bench boost first, and then I would use my wildcard. So you use your free transfers, guys, build up to double game week 26, use your bench boost here, go down, just make a team, make a strong team, like for your the blank game week, right? Now, the other strategy, in which if you even have your wildcard left, you can just use your bench boost in 24 or 25, then use your wildcard in 26 and just attack, get 11 really strong players, and then use your free hit in game week 29. So I know you might be wondering why I'm saying that use your bench boost before your wildcard, because I don't want you to put money on the bench, right? If you put your money on the bench, guys, you'll find it so hard. Just like me, if you see my team, you'll find it absolutely hard to take money out of that bench, because you don't want to waste your transfers, right? For example, for my bench boost, I got an absolutely stupid playing keeper in Johnston, Sam Johnston, 4.5 million, right? And that is 0.5 million totally stuck on my bench, and unless I wildcard, I can't get him out, guys. And it's money, it's real money which you can invest in your playing 11. It'll be stuck on your bench. So use your bench boost first, use your free transfers, plan for the bench boost, burn your bench boost if you have to. I'm not saying totally burn your bench boost, I mean just get 15 to 20 points from your bench boost, be done with it, and then you use your wildcard, and then you use your free hit in game week 29. If you don't have your bench boost, then this is perfect for you, because you wildcard in 25, you use your triple captain in 26, and you use your free hit in 29. If you don't have your bench boost, this strategy is absolutely perfect for you. Wildcard in 25, triple captain in 26. If you don't have triple captain, don't use triple captain. Just wildcard in 25, navigate 26, free hit in 29, and you'll have a strong team, and you will have absolutely no money stuck on your bench, and you'll have a strong playing 11, guys. So this is the basic strategy, and if you have any questions, I'll come back and answer them. Now, um, the players which I'm interested in here, I've written, right? I want 3 Aston Villa, 3 Tottenham, 3 Leeds players to navigate blank Gameweek 29. So that is true for both these strategies, right? So which players do I prefer from all the teams? I prefer from Aston Villa. I would like Grealish. I would like Martinez. I mean, I'm not against Watkins, guys. By the way, he's been doing really fantastically. 4 goals in the last 5 game weeks. I've got nothing against Watkins. So if you want, you can put Watkins in there. But for me, I like the look of Grealish and Martinez more from Aston Villa. And if I want a third one, it will be Watkins. From Tottenham, I like Harry Kane and Son. Not much needs to be said here. In Manchester City, there might be a slight dilemma, guys. The dilemma is whether you should go with 2 attackers, or you should go with 2 defenders and 1 attacker. At the moment, since I have 2 defenders, I've written 2 defenders here, but it all depends upon your upon your strategy and what you're going with. If you're going with Sterling, Gundogan, and somebody like Cancelo or Diaz, that is perfectly fine, guys. This is my desirable list. This is not the players that I will have for 26. I said players that I like for Game Week 26, right? So I'd like to have Sterling because the ownership is less, and I see the upside with Sterling, along with Gundogan, of course, right? So I hope I can get Sterling plus Gundogan, because if I wildcard in 25, I'll definitely have Sterling plus Gundogan and a defender. If I don't wildcard, then I don't think I'll be able to get Sterling plus Gundogan. Then I'll have to go with Sterling plus 2 defenders. From Manchester United, Fernandes, I think we all own. We don't need to talk about Fernandes much. Luke Shaw, I see the upside with. The price is good. He's been rested in the FA Cup. He's got good fixtures coming up. Even in Game Week 24 and 25, he's got West Bromwich Albion and Newcastle. Luke Shaw. The same with Cavani, guys. So even if you plan for Game Week 26 and you get Cavani and Shaw right now, and I don't see any downside with that. I see the upside because the ownership is low. With Leicester, I don't see too many people talking about Leicester, guys. And the thing is, I think Leicester are a good team to target for the double game week as well. I don't think they have bad fixtures. I'll come back to them. So I like Vardy, I like Barnes, and now I like Castan a lot, because I think with Justin out now, unfortunately, I feel so bad for the lad, and I hope he gets well soon. But from an FPL point of view, I just like to say I like the look of Castan now, because I don't think Fuchs is going to be able to play too many games, and Castan is fit now. So if Ricardo Pereira, if Ricardo Pereira plays on the right side, I think Castan can play on the left now. So I like the look of these 3. From Chelsea, I don't like too many players. I feel Chelsea are playing a brand of football which is like more possession based and not too attacking, right? So unless I see them like totally hammer a team, until then I prefer a 4.5 or 4.6 million Rudiger from Chelsea. From Liverpool, I like Salah. Obviously everybody likes Salah, but along with that, I'm liking the look of Trent Alexander-Arnold more and more. The way he's playing, the way he is coming back into form, and if Liverpool can pick up some form, I think Trent Alexander-Arnold can be a really decent option. Along with that, from Everton, I like Calvert-Lewin because they have good fixtures in the double game week in 26, and Dean, of course, the same. He has good fixtures. So so this is all about the 26 and the players that I like, and in 29, what I plan is 3 Leeds, 3 Spurs, maybe 3 Aston Villa, and 2 West Ham United. Kind of are going to make up my team. So guys, we are lucky. All of those who burned our free hit, we are lucky people, because this could have been really bad. We could have had only 2 fixtures, and we would have found it hard to bring players. But now we're lucky. We have Spurs, we've got Aston Villa, we've got West Ham, Leeds. So hopefully we'll be able to navigate the Game Week 29 without any problems, guys. So this was about my little strategy, little plan. Now we can go back to the Ben Crillin spreadsheet, the great Ben Crillin, and we can look at all the permutations and combinations, guys. But for now, I'll come back to my team so you can have a look at my team, and I'll answer your questions in the chat, guys. Right. So this was not pre-recorded, by the way, guys. I was actually saying this. So the vendor says I have a doubt. I have used wildcard and free hit. So tell me the transfer plan to save free transfers. Well, that is Devendra. It's not much different to what I've told you in my chip strategy. If you already used your wildcard, if you basically just use your free transfers to get players like Harry Kane, Heung-min Son, Grealish, Watkins, Martinez, Bamford, because these players have not Bamford, but Bamford has a fixture in 29 and has a fixture in 26, although he doesn't have a double game week, right? So what I want to tell you is that you should think about going for players like Kane, Son, Grealish, Martinez, Watkins. They've got a double game week in 26 and they have a blank fixture in blank game week 29. So if you don't have a wild card, this is your best bet, my friend. And who do I plan to triple captain in 26? I'm thinking of going with Harry Kane. Why am I thinking of going with Harry Kane? Is because I feel that the fixtures are there to kind of attack, and I really like the look of the fixtures that Harry Kane would possibly have in 26, although they've not been announced. But of course, we're going on Ben Krillin's spreadsheet, right? The fixtures that Spurs have in 26 are Burnley at home, or Southampton at home, or Fulham away. So I like the look of these fixtures, and I think Harry Kane is a good option for triple captaining in game week 26. So Nihal says, what are your thoughts on bench boost 2 single game week players in a double game week? I have nothing against that, Nihal. If it gets your bench boost out of the way, and if those single game week players are decent, I have no problem with that, my friend. Peter says, I have like 90% of these guys. So that's going to be good for you, bro. Foden says, Peter says, Foden is 6 million, which is as cheap as their defenders. Yeah, I know about Foden, but there's something strange about Phil Foden, because I don't know why Pep Guardiola doesn't play him more often. He's a fantastic player, fantastic talent, everything, but for some reason he just doesn't get enough game time to warrant a place in my team, honestly. Aditya says Foden is an amazing option only when he plays, so he kind of reiterates the same point that I was talking about. Peter says, are you captaining Bruno? My gut says Bruno and stats are saying Gundogan. The thing is, I'm thinking about captaining Bruno Fernandes. Remember, guys, I just want to tell you that I haven't made my transfers yet. I haven't decided about my captain totally yet, so it can change. There'll be a deadline stream tomorrow in which I'll come back and talk to you about my team fully and what strategy am I going with. Am I going with game week 25 wildcard? Am I going with game week 30 wildcard? So I'll let you know. Don't worry about that. For now, my captaincy is on Bruno Fernandes, because I think that there's upside with captaining Bruno, because West Bromwich Albion are really atrocious, and United can put 2, 3, 4 goals past them, and I think Bruno Fernandes can match Gundogan. Gundogan might, there is a possibility of Gundogan getting rotated. With Pep Guardiola, you can never be sure, right? So yeah. FPL Jug says, nice presentation. Thank you so much for your comment, my friend. I hope you enjoyed it. Ali says, must have players in double game week 24. I think the must have players, I think you should have 3 City players. That is definitely desirable. Which players should you have from City? I would choose 3 out of Gundogan, Sterling, Diaz, Stones, Cancelo. So I'd choose 3 out of them and just go with them, right? Maybe 2 midfielders and 1 defender, or maybe 2 defenders and 1 midfielder. So, Richarlison or Watkins, says Ahmed. Ahmed, the problem with Richarlison is, I know he scored 2 goals against Spurs, but, without Calvert-Lewin, is he going to be that effective? The games are really difficult, as well, like Manchester City, Liverpool, even Fulham is defensively not that bad, right? So maybe I'd prefer Watkins a little bit, because Watkins has a game in 29 as well, so it helps you plan ahead. Copland says, what is your plan for this round and your overall rank? My overall rank is bang 100k, my friend. Not it's been kind of stagnant. I've been to 75k, I was 72k, and then back to 100k. So it's been oscillating a little bit around that mark, and I'm hoping that these double game weeks can help me propel up the ranks a little bit. FPL Jug says I've got injured DCL and Zaha on my bench with one free transfer and zero point 0.9 million in the bank. In my opinion, I think, with Zaha out for long term and DCL out for at least one game week, I think your priority should be to get rid of Zaha, and because at least DCL will be back on Wednesday against City, that's 2 points for you at least right there, right? So, in my opinion, Zaha should be the one which you transfer out first, and after that, DCL if you want. Aditya says top 5 captains. So my top captain for this game week is Bruno Fernandes and Raheem Sterling. I feel that Raheem Sterling, low key, I think he can be a really, really strong captaincy option for this game week. Along with that, I've got Gundogan. I think Gundogan is a decent captaincy option. I need to just have a look at the fixtures. I keep reiterating I should know these fixtures by heart, but for some reason I just who is the other one? Like Gundogan, I like the look of Sterling and Fernandes the most, and people are talking about Nick Pope, right? I wouldn't go there personally. Honestly speaking, I know Nick Pope could be a good option. I know he has a double game week against Palace and West Brom. Who does he have a double game week against? Again, I should be knowing this, guys. He has a double game week against Crystal Palace and Fulham, right? So I think Nick Pope can be a decent option, but in my opinion, the upside with Fernandes and somebody like Raheem Sterling is much more than the upside that you'll gain with somebody like Nick Pope. So for me, not. All right. So yeah, these are my captains, right? So if you want, you can go with Pope. I'm not saying he's a bad option, but I wouldn't go there. I'd stick with Gundogan, Sterling, Bruno Fernandes. These are my top options for this game week. Why Grealish is not banned after 5 yellow cards? Well, the 5 yellow cards are valid until after the half of the season, and then they get reset. So the yellow cards of Jack Grealish got reset after game week 19, or after he played 19 games of the season. So he's on 0 yellow cards again. So unless he has 5 more yellow cards, there won't be a problem with that. Lucas says, hey Wiz, what's the DCL latest? Well, the latest update on DCL is that DCL is not going to be fit for the game against Fulham, but he's going to be back for the game against Manchester City. Ranjit says, Ings or Grealish for game week 24? I'd say for 24 I prefer Grealish. For 25 I prefer Ings because he has a double game week. Emmett says, Target or Shaw from game week 24 to 29? I like the look of Luke Shaw more than I like the look of Matt Target, because Luke Shaw has really, really good fixture in 24. West Bromwich Albion, he's got Newcastle, and then he has a double game week, albeit against Chelsea, and Sheffield United. But I really, really like the look of Luke Shaw as compared to Matt Target is good, but you can get Martinez and cover for that. I'd say Luke Shaw. Moving on, Nick says Richarlison or Cavani. Well, I'd say Cavani would be my option to take a punt on. Would I take Cavani for long term? Not so sure. I want to see more of Cavani for 1 week. I think fantastic punt. Do you think Ben Davies will play for LFC? I think Ozan Kabak has a more chance to play for Liverpool before Ben Davies does, but to be honest with you, I'm not sure. I would like to hear more from Klopp or from some inside sources, because I really don't have an idea. But I think Ozan Kabak will play first and Ben Davies later. So we have the same bench, right? That's good. Nehal says Justin replacement for here this week. Shaw, Lowton, or anybody else. Long term, not planning to use wildcard before 26 to bench boost. Yeah, I think Shaw and Lowton are pretty good. I think even an Aston Villa defender is not bad. If you don't have Dallas, you can go there, because Dallas has But he doesn't have a double game week, so of course you're using a wild card. So no, so I think you can go for a Burnley defender because that is one which you can go with. And other than that, yeah, I think Luke Shaw is a really good option. He's got two single game weeks in 24 and 25, but they're good games, and I see a clean sheet there. Antonio or Kane to start? If you own Kane, my friend, I honestly feel that you should start Kane because uh, with Antonio, you're not sure how fit or not he is, and he might be fatigued or whatever. But if you own an 11 million player, there's no point placing him on the bench. All it needs is one penalty, and he can get some points right there. I mean, I don't see West Ham United scoring too many goals against Sheffield United. I think they've tightened up at the back, and they're improving defensively as well. So I don't see Sheffield United getting totally ripped apart by West Ham United. Maybe 2-0 or 1-0 to West Ham United. That's what I feel. FPL Jug says I'm going to get Smith Rowe for Zaha. It'll be Kane for DCL next game week. Yeah, I think Smith Rowe has an upside in the fact that he has a game in Blank GW29. The problem is he going to play all the games? Smith Rowe? I'm not sure now because they've signed Odegaard as well. And, if you feel Smith Rowe is nailed on, then yeah. Dr. Jones says, is this your team for double game week 24? No, this is not my team, Dr. Jones. Actually, the thing is, I still have 2 transfers left. Today was more about talking about my chip strategy, the whole double game week and blank game week planning and stuff. About my team, I'm going to come back tomorrow and I can... I'll tell you more about my team tomorrow when I do the deadline stream. This was less about my planning for Game Week 24. This is more about talking about your doubts, your dilemmas, and my chip strategy for the long term. Do you think Southampton can really play 3 double game week if it is really confirmed? Well, they're not going to have 3 double game weeks, my friend. There's a possibility, there's like an if and or. If they have a double game week before that, then the next double game week is going to be cancelled. To be honest with you, can they play 3 double game weeks? They possibly can. I mean, they have to, right? There's some players who have to play, like players like central defenders don't need too much rest. They can play, but they won't have 3 double game weeks. They will have 2, in my opinion. If they have like side by side, they won't have 3. It's just a possibility. Nehal says Kabak can start this week. I think so as well. Are you bringing in Villa players? Yes, I am. I talked about that, my friend. I'm thinking about getting I want to get Harry Kane in my team, but the problem is this game week they play against Manchester City, right? So I'm not too keen on getting Kane in this game week, but Kane will come next in 25, but Harry Kane will be in my team before game week 26, and that is a certainty, as will be a couple of Villa players. So yeah. Pro Gamer says, bro, what about Aaron Wan-Bissaka? Yeah, I think AWB is good. Is he as attacking as Luke Shaw? No, he's not. Is he my first choice in their defense? I don't think so. I prefer Luke Shaw because he's cheaper, he's more attacking, and I think pretty much he's nailed on to start as long as he's fit. Yeah, Jackson says chip strategy, please. Well, Jackson, I discussed my chip strategy in a lot of detail before this, so you can, whenever the stream ends, you can just go back and have a look, because I discuss it in full detail, in which I tell you what I'm thinking about doing with my chips, my friend. Baz says, who to replace Justin with? Have Cancelo, Diaz, Rudiger, and me. Well, I think you pretty much covered there. Cancelo and Diaz from City, Rudiger, me. You can think about going for Luke Shaw. I like the look of Luke Shaw a lot. And yeah, Peter says, agree, Sheffield look solid. Yeah, they look pretty good to me, and I don't think they can see too many goals. Anas says Ben Mee or Lowton. Well, Anas, it depends on your strategy, to be honest with you. Lowton is less likely to get an attacking return. I mean, now that I say that, just that I jinx him because I am a wizard, he is going to get a return. But I prefer the look of Ben Mee, and if you have the money, James Tarkowski. With Lowton, the thing is he's cheap, so he enables you to get other players. With Ben Mee, it's more about set pieces. Why I said Ben Mee, excuse me, guys. Why I said Ben Mee is that he plays against Crystal Palace and Fulham, and they are both susceptible to set pieces, especially Crystal Palace. They've been conceding goals left, right, and center to set pieces. And, even Soucek, he scored goals against them, and many other players scored goals against them. Two teams which are really vulnerable to set pieces are Everton and Crystal Palace. So whichever player you have who's good at heading against teams like Everton and Palace, I think we should prefer that. That is my reasoning, my friend. Lucas says, might see a Sheffield United upset. I'm not sure about the upset. I still think West Ham United will win, but I don't think they're gonna score too many goals. Razif says 2 City defenders or 2 City midfielders. Razif, that is honestly a question which I don't have an answer for, because it all depends on your strategy, bro. And honestly, having 2 defenders and 1 midfielder is not a problem. The problem is which midfielder would you have, right? Because if you have Gundogan, then you want Sterling, and if you have Sterling, then you want Gundogan, and that is the problem. If you can stick with one, I'd say 2 defenders and a midfielder is not a bad idea. And especially if you are having to take a hit to get another midfielder, I'd say just stick with 2 defenders and 1 midfielder. By the way, guys, if you haven't liked the stream, please do like it. It really helps, and do share this with your friends, guys, because I'd just like to tell you that before I came here, I spent 4, 5, 6 hours doing my research, and we content creators, in general, just have to work so hard to get our facts right, because we come here to give you our opinions, right? And they have to be well informed, otherwise it'll be just gibberish, and that is what I don't want to do here. This is our community, and I want to help everybody. So please do subscribe, and please share the stream with as many friends of yours as possible. I really thank you. Gustavo says, Wiz, what transfer are you making? I'm in California, so it will be hard to wake up 3 a.m. for your deadline stream. Cheers. Gustavo, I wish I had an answer. Currently, to be honest with you, I'm thinking to possibly bring in I was thinking to take out Calvert-Lewin, but since I want to take him out for Harry Kane, that is the reason I just put him on the bench. To be honest with you, at the back of my mind, I'm thinking to take out one of the City defenders for somebody like Luke Shaw and bring in Sterling in place of Salah. But it's all up in the air. After I stream tonight, I'm going to think about my transfers. I don't want to be too trigger happy here, because I have 2 free transfers, right? So if I show you my transfer page, you can see that I have 2 free transfers, and honestly I don't have any good answer for you. What I can tell you is that as soon as I make my transfers, I'll post an update on YouTube and Twitter, so that whenever you open your eyes, you can have a look. Don't need to come onto my deadline stream, my friend. So I'm sorry I don't have a good answer for you, bro, right now, bro. Triple Captain Pope, I wouldn't go there, my friend. Again, you see, guys, FPL is meant to be played according to what you are real life. According to what you are in real life. If you are kind of a person who likes to take risks in real life, then you take risks in FPL as well. If you're kind of a person who's laid back, more secure, kind of, you want a job, you want a good life, you want to sit, have a cup of tea. It's all about your psychology, and I don't have a right answer for everybody. But to be honest with you, if you think that is the best option that you have, then you go with it. But if I was you and I had to triple captain, I would think about Sterling more than I would think about Nick Pope. That is me, just saying. Need to bring in Kane by 25. Should I downgrade Salah or Bruno, bringing in Rashford? If I was you, I wouldn't downgrade Bruno at the moment. I feel that Bruno Fernandes is better than Salah, because United are having good fixtures, and United are playing better than Liverpool at the moment. Liverpool can have an upturn in form, but in my opinion, if you want to downgrade one, it should be Salah, not Bruno. Someone says I'm late to the party. How's my favorite FPL content creator? Thank you so much, my friend. It's all good, and I gave a long monologue about my chip strategy, my friend. So if you would like to know that after the stream ends, do go back and check it out, bro. Thank you so much for being here. T. Hemming says, leave a like. Thank you, my friend. Shivam says, this week's team is Martinez, Stones, Kinsella, Dean, Shaw, Cresswell. You're playing 5 defenders. That's interesting. Rashford, Salah, Bruno, Gundogan, and DCL. Well, DCL is not fit for Fulham, so unless you're interested in playing him against only Manchester City, I'd prefer you play Bamford and bench DCL. If I was you, my friend, I would possibly... I wouldn't bench Grealish, you know. Grealish is a player who should not be benched, in my opinion. Never, ever, in my opinion, no. So if I was you, I would find a way to get Grealish in the team, and I would get Bamford in place of DCL. Tony says, we appreciate it, Biz. Thank you so much, my friend. Smelly Web says, smash that like button. Gustavo says, legend, this helps. Thank you so much. You're welcome, my friend. Peter says, definitely not for a logical reason. I just like him. You mean Soyuncu, right? Well, Soyuncu is fine. He has a double game week. I'm not against that. Absolutely not. Apiroop says, what is the best chip strategy for those left with triple captain, bench boost, and wildcard? Well, I would bench boost in game week 26. You don't have a free hit. Okay. You don't have a free hit, my friend. What would I do with that? So, you know, if possible, I would possibly use your bench boost first. Then I would basically use your triple captain in 26 on maybe somebody like Kane. And then with your wildcard, you can do 2 things, right? You can build up to 29 with a dead end, just make a team for the blank game week 29, and then wildcard. So that's a good strategy. Nail says, what do you think about Ings? Was looking decent against Wolves, but they are Wolves, so can't judge. To be honest with you, I think Ings is a good pick, because he has a double game week in 25, right? And he's possibly having a double game week in 26 as well. So I like the idea of a double game week. The problem is that, you know, the double game weeks that Southampton have are not the best. And that is a big problem that I think Antonio Ings has, because, you know, let me tell you their fixtures so that just in case Southampton have in 24 they've got Wolves. I mean, decent. In 25, even in the double game week, they've got Chelsea and Leeds United. So they're not the easier fixtures. Maybe Leeds is fine for Ings. In 26, they might have Everton away and Tottenham or Manchester City away. I mean, in 27, they might have Sheffield United away and Manchester City and Tottenham. So their double game weeks are not the best, in my opinion. You know, that is the problem that I think that Danny Ings faces. Can he score good points? He can. He is a fantastic finisher. He's good. If he gets chances, he can convert them. Is he going to get too many chances? God knows, my friend. I mean, if you're wildcarding in 26, then a 2-week punt on Danny Ings, not bad. Long term, I'd say I prefer Harry Kane. Kind of. Ali says, such a benching headache for me this week. I think a lot of people will have a benching headache because, you know, the very heavily owned players have good fixtures. So, you know, this is gonna be a benching headache, my friend, definitely for everybody. Nehal says, what do you think about Ricardo now Justin is out? That's a good question, to be honest with you. I mean, I like Castan more than I like Ricardo because, you know, he's just coming back from his injury, so I'm not sure how sharp he's going to be. And Castan, I think, is a fantastic option from Leicester. And would I bring in Castan? Maybe, you know, depends, because Fofana's injury doesn't help, you know, and but with Kaglar-Sionku and Johnny Evans, I think this can work, to be honest with you. Is he the best 5-point-something million player, Castan? No, he's not, you know, but I think he's desirable. I prefer Castan more than I do Ricardo Pereira. Start DCL or Rudiger. Who do Chelsea play again? Excuse me. Let me have a drink of water, by the way, guys. If I was you, I'd start Rudiger, my friend. 100% I would start Rudiger. Pro Gamer says, who'd replace Gundogan with Barnes, Son, or Soucek? You wanna get Gundogan, right? I would replace him with Soucek. I mean, the thing is, you can replace him with Barnes or Socek. With Son, I don't know what chips do you have and what do you plan to do in the double game week and the blank game week, right? But in my opinion, Spurs fixtures are becoming really, really good pretty soon, So in my opinion, if you have Son, I would possibly keep Son unless you want to do a juggling move in which you get Son out for one game week and then you bring him back in the next. So other than that, I'd say one out of Barnes and Socek. Shivam says Dean also showing yellow. Chances of him to play, should I risk? And who to captain? Bruno Gundogan. I think Dean is going to be fine. He was in training. He shall play. So in my opinion, Dean has not a problem of not starting. I think Dean is going to start. With captaincy, I'm not clear myself, so I don't want to give you a wrong idea. Come to the deadline stream tomorrow, my friend, and I'll have a better idea about who to captain. And to be honest with you, Gundogan and Bruno are both good. If you have Sterling is obviously a fantastic option as well, Someone says I have Antonio and DCL. How are you going to tackle it? In my opinion, I think Antonio is going to be fine for this game week. Do I want to have Antonio going forward? Possibly, because I need to plan for the blank game week as well, but he doesn't have good fixtures. DCL is going to be, out for one game. He's going to be out against Fulham, but he's going to be back for Manchester City. So not a big problem there, my friend. But for me, I'm going to replace DCL with Kane in the coming game week. FPL Bear says, what's your transfer plan? FPL Bear, I don't know my transfer plan. Actually, my transfer plan depends on the chip strategy that I'm going to use, and currently I am considering 2 chip strategies. I discussed about them earlier. Either I wildcard in game week 30 or I wildcard in game week 25, and that will dictate what transfer plan I make. Basically, if I have to wildcard in game week 25, what I will do is I will take a couple of really crazy punts. What I'll do is I'll possibly replace my keeper with Nick Pope. I can I'll just get Lowton in place of somebody like Sofal, because if I wildcard in 25, I can get all those players back, right? If I'm wildcarding in 30, then my transfers have to be different. So honestly, I have to plan why I'm doing this live stream, because I wanted to tell you guys about my long-term strategy and about my short-term strategy. I'm doing another stream in a matter of 12 hours. 12 hours, is it? Yeah. I'm going to be doing another stream in a matter of 14 hours. In the deadline stream, I'll tell you about my plan and my team. Apologies if I sound inconclusive, guys, but with these injuries, with these doubles, with these blanks, I still need time to figure out. Abirup says, thanks. What are you doing with DCL? Antonio already answered that. Sofal or Rudiger or Bamford for this game week? I prefer Rudiger or Bamford. I think Rudiger can get a clean sheet, nothing more. Newcastle are very toothless. Bamford I prefer. I think Bamford is the best option in my opinion. If I was you, I'd start Bamford. Someone says felt really bad for Justin. That guy was destined to be picked for the Euros. I really, honestly, I hope he gets well soon. I haven't owned Justin this season, guys, and he's been a real pain in the ass in terms of FPL. But he's a really good young player, and I feel sorry for him, and I wish him all the best, and I hope he gets well soon. I hope he gets well soon, because he's really a good young player. Nehal says, Wiz, you want to do a price rises drops review? Many good assets are set for a rise. Yeah, I can do that, my friend. Just let me set it up, and I can go to the FPL stats page, and I can... Yeah, why not? I can do it. Hopefully it works. I'm just checking on the FPL stats page as to who's, So basically, guys, I'll just tell you, because I'm not sure if I've got it set up. And, I should be knowing this, but... Ding, ding, ding. I'll just tell you guys, alright? I'm not gonna show you here on the screen. I'll tell you. So Ben Mee is due a rise, guys. Nick Pope, Phil Foden, Cancelo, Luke Shaw, and Cresswell. They're all above 100% on the FPLstatistics.co.uk. So I think they're pretty close to a rise. I think Ben Mee is definitely rising, as is Nick Pope. Phil Foden, Cancelo, Shaw, and Cresswell are also very, very close to a rise. So if you're thinking of bringing these players in, I think you should consider getting them before, if you don't have the money. See, what I don't want you to do is rush into transfers if you have money in the bank, because 0.1 million is not more important than the information sometimes. That's so. If I was you, even if I wanted these players, I'd wait till tomorrow. But it is my duty to tell you about who is about to rise. So Ben Mee, Nick Pope, Phil Foden, Cancelo, Shaw, and Cresswell are about to rise. Now, I would also like to tell you who's about to fall. Only the important ones, because there are so many. So Bukayo Saka, for some reason, is close to a fall, and so is Riyad Mahrez and Perez from Leicester, Ayoze Perez. Other than that, no important players seem to be close to a fall. So the most important one is Bukayo Saka. If you own him, he's close to a fall, but I wouldn't sell him regardless. I don't know why everybody's selling him. I think he's a fantastic option at 5.4 million. Other than that, Riyad Mahrez is the one who's close to a fall. So that was about the prices, guys, and these are the players. If you want to get a Nick Pope, Ben Mee, Lowton, they definitely do a rise. So this was about my team and in general my strategy, right? So I would also like to show you something else, if I can remember it, guys. I don't know why. Yeah. So this is a website which I generally use. I just wanted to show you, just in case you're wondering. This is called sofascore.com, and this is a very good website in case you want to check the the graphs of players, how they're playing. For example, if you go to Raheem Sterling and how he performed against Liverpool. He had 1 goals, 1 shots on target, 10 dribbles, touches. It's a free website, and it tells you a lot. You can see the positioning. Like, for example, you want to see how Gundogan played against Liverpool, right? You can see his positioning, right? He was pretty much he was operating deep in that DM role that he tends to do, but he was playing further forward as well. He's like pretty much edge of the box stuff, and so he had 2 goals. Gundogan, 50 passes, 86% accuracy, long balls, dribbles he doesn't do too many, clearances. So like, this is a pretty good website. I just wanted to show you, just in case you're wondering where people get their stats from. If it's not the paid fantasy websites, you can go to like SofaScore, you can go to Who Scored, and you can just check out different players. For example, you can go to Leicester, and you can see different players, how they're doing, which is their best player of the season: James Maddison, Ndidi, Jamie Vardy, Telemans. So just wanted to show you this website, because you keep asking me where I get my stats from and where I get my the data from. So this is another website which I like to use a lot. Back to Ben Krillin's spreadsheet. Guys, if you're not following Ben Krillin on Twitter, you're doing FPL wrong. At the rate Ben Krillin, guys, just follow him. He's really, really helpful with these blanks, doubles. Evan says, shall I start Mitchell or Son? My friend, if I was you, I'd start Son, because he has a good record against City. I don't see City conceding too many goals, but you never know. With Spurs, they do have this ability to kind of score with Kane now fit, and with Son. I don't see the upside of starting Mitchell over Son, honestly. Aditya says Sofal has been in the 90s for the past 2 weeks, and in that time, Cresswell is about to rise for the second time. Yeah, that's fine. I know that these websites, FPL stats, is not that accurate, but still it's fairly good to assess what's going on here. Rupam says DCL staying for City and Liverpool. You should be thinking of it, pro. DCL isn't good to stay, I guess. Yeah, DCL, I'm not wanting to keep DCL. The problem is DCL has difficult fixtures, but the thing is, Kane also has a game against Manchester City, so I want to replace him with Harry Kane. So I'm in no hurry to replace DCL this game week. I'm just gonna do it next game week. I'm definitely of the opinion that I want Harry Kane over Dominic Calvert-Lewin, right? Nihal says Understat is good too. So yeah, you can go to Understat as well, guys. Understat, Who Scored, SofaScore, all these are free websites. You can get data about the heat maps, the shots on target, and lots of different things that you can just go there for free and you can assess. Because if you don't watch the games, you need a perspective to make your decisions. If you just want to gamble, that is not going to help you long term in FPL. You need, guys, you need stats, you need a perspective to make your decisions, right? Rupam says, will you upgrade DCL to Kane and Antonio to Watkins? Yeah, I think I'm going to upgrade DCL to Kane. I'm not sure about Antonio to Watkins. I think I might keep Antonio as well because I need a couple of West Ham players long term in my team. So, and I think Antonio is a decent asset. West Ham don't have too many strikers, right? So they have to play Antonio as long as he's fit. So Watkins is not the most important player that I want, and I just showed you here as well. I'm going to show you again the players that I like from certain teams. So from Aston Villa, he is not my preferred player. You know, he's my third best preferred player from Aston Villa. I like Grealish and I like Martinez. From Tottenham, Kane, Son. From City, I like Sterling plus 2 defenders. I'm not saying that I can get to this in Game Week 26, but I want to, right? I want to is want and can is two different things. From United, I like Fernandes, Shaw, Cavani, Leicester, Vardy, Barnes, Castan, Chelsea, Rudiger, Liverpool, Salah, Everton, Calvert-Lewin, and Dean. So, guys, this is my chip strategy. I discussed it in full detail. I don't want to go through it again. So if you want to know my chip strategy, just after the stream finishes, just go back and listen to it, and you'll find out what my chip strategy is and how I plan to go about it. All right, guys. So with this, I just wrap up what I wanted to tell you guys and what I wanted to discuss with you guys about my chip strategy and what I am going to do about these blanks and doubles and how you should approach them. Now I'm totally free to answer your questions, although I've been answering them for the past 1 hour, but I have time on my hands. If you have anything to ask me, feel free, and I'm gonna be here with you, and I'm gonna clear your doubts before I go tonight. Will DCL start the next game, says Aditya. No, he won't start against Fulham, but Carlo Ancelotti says that he can start against Manchester City. Rupam says there's a possibility that Watkins and Kane are having a blank Game Week 29. Surely you can give it a shout. Yeah, absolutely, my friend. I already you can see here, right? On my screen, I've written there, right? It's like Brighton, Newcastle, West Ham, Arsenal, Fulham, Leeds, and Aston Villa versus Tottenham can have a game. So if you go back and you listen to the chip strategy that I talked about, I say that for the double Game Week 26, I prefer to have players from Aston Villa and prefer to have players from Tottenham as well, because Tottenham play in 26, play 2 fixtures in 26, but they also have a game in 29. So I prefer players from Spurs and Villa. I already said that, definitely. That's a good idea. Nehal says, please like the stream. Thank you, Nehal. I really appreciate it, my friend. Pro Gamer says, Dean starting both games or not? Well, Luca Dean was training. Luca Dean was training, and he was seen in training today. I don't see why he doesn't start both the games, my friend. Rupam says, I'm suggesting you Watkins. Yeah, I have my eye on Watkins, my friend. The problem is if I'm on a wild card, then it's a different issue, right? But if I don't have a wild card, then I have to kind of make my preferences. And because before 26, I'm only going to have 3 free transfers or maybe 4 free transfers. So I have to prioritize which players I want. Since I want Kane for 26, definitely. And I want somebody like Martinez. I want Grealish. So I have to prioritize. And based on that, I'm saying that I might not be able to get Watkins, right? And is he my priority? He's not like the highest on my priority list. That's all I want to say. I agree that up till 29, he might be a better option than Antonio. Agree with you. So far, how many 26 and 29 players do you have? Yeah, I'll show you my team, my friend. This is my team, so you can have a look. So if you just go through my team, we've got Diaz, that's Stones, we've got Gundogan, we've got double game week in 26, and I've got Bruno Fernandes, who's got a double game week. I've got Son, who's got a double game week, and fortunately, I had Dominic Calvert-Lewin, but he's injured now. I mean, I have McCarthy, who has a double game week in 25 and 26, and I've got Ben Mee, who's got a double game week in 24 and also has a double game week in 26. So I do have some players, and I will definitely have Kane, and I might have Grealish and Martinez. So I'll have 10, 9 or 10 double game week players in 26, and I'll be pretty happy with that, bro. Absolutely. Pro Gamer says bye, see you tomorrow. So I'll see you tomorrow, Pro Gamer. I hope you come here for the deadline stream, and you can then see my final team tomorrow, my friend. I hope you have a good night. So guys, this again. I have. I think my team is pretty much set up. Any way I want to go, whether I want to go for my wildcard in 25, which I'm not preferring at the moment. But I can also go for my second strategy that I talked to you about, which is I can go for the green strategy, and in which I can use my free transfers for 20 build up to double game week 26, and then I can use my free transfers to build up to blank game week 29 and dead end in 29 and wildcard in game week 30. I think the first strategy and the green strategy is one which I'm leaning towards at the moment. But after the stream is over, I'm going to sit about and think about my team some more. But I just wanted to give you my perspective on things, because this time is really tough for FPL managers in general, because the injuries are happening, and the double game weeks and blank game weeks are coming thick and fast, and I know you're not able to absorb so much information. So I just wanted to put a perspective on things a little bit. Nehal says, if you have a choice between Son or Kane, who would you choose? The thing is, Nehal, for game week 26, I would prefer to have Kane over Son, because he plays against Burnley, and he plays against Fulham or Southampton. I don't think Son is going to be able to counterattack too much in those games, because Son generally scores against teams who play a high line, and neither does Fulham play a high line, or nor does Burnley play a high line. And even when in the reverse fixture, Spurs played against Burnley, Son managed to score a header from a corner, but it was such a weird instance that Son managed to get some returns. But I prefer Kane in these fixtures. Rupam says, any Justin replacement suggestion? Dallas, Diaz, Kinsella, Lowton is there already. Well, I think Luke Shaw should be the one you look at, to be honest with you. Other than that, I think your defenders are pretty well set up, but I like the look of Luke Shaw, basically. And even Rudiger, you can go for Antonio Rudiger as well, but if I was you, I would think about Shaw. Nick says, you the man, Viz. Thank you so much, Nick. Nishchil says, Game Week 30 wildcard plan seems more good. Yeah, I agree with that, my friend, and that's what I'm leaning towards. I just wanted to show you, the different options, because this is a lot of thinking goes into it. I mean, I still have my pen and my paper on my desk. And, I did a lot of planning about before I came on this stream. So we do work hard on these things, my friend. But I agree with you, Nishchil. I think the green strategy looks better to me, and it gives me a chance to use my wildcard to attack the last 9 fixtures. Ishan says, start Saka versus Leeds or Son versus City. I prefer Saka versus Leeds, although I tend to always say that you start a premium player, and Son has a good record against City. But the form Saka is playing in, and Leeds are not good defensively. They are good attacking wise, but defensively, I think Saka can score against Leeds more than Son can score against City. Because again, as I was just talking to Nehal, Son is a counter-attacking player. He's a good finisher. He gets a chance and he puts it away. How many chances is he going to get against City? Maybe one, maybe two. So in my opinion, Saka is good as compared to Son. But again, Ishan, this is a very tough decision, and you have to be responsible for the decision you make. But that's my opinion. I feel Saka is in good form, and Leeds are not good defensively, so Saka can score against Leeds. Just my point of view. I'm in the same dilemma with starting Sofal, Socek, or Son, one of the three, and I'm still wondering. I feel hard to put Son on the bench. Rupam says, I'm too much confused about starting Rafinha, Socek, have DCL in starting 11. I think I'll go with both Socek and Rafinha and bench DCL. I agree with you, Rupam. If I was you, I would do the same. Ishan says, thanks, mate. You're welcome, Ishan. So, guys, I think the questions are pretty much dried up. I hope I've laid, you know, the basic foundations for your strategy, and how I plan about my game weeks, and how you should plan about your game weeks as well. And this is what I really wanted to do tonight, because I hadn't managed to make a small video, the bite-sized videos that I generally make. I was busy throughout the entire week, but I still wanted to, come here, answer your questions. Although the the information coming in from all sides right now with the doubles and blanks and the injuries is too much. But still, we want to have a perspective, guys, and without a perspective we will be led into making wrong decisions. And based on that, this stream was just for just my viewers, my subscribers, and just for this community to kind of just keep your bearings together, and we will go through this period. And remember, we have to come out on the other side being successful, guys. And so I showed you the free website. Do your research, and please just try to try to avoid rumors. Try to avoid I mean, don't try to avoid your instincts. What I mean to say is, try to avoid taking unnecessary hits, unnecessary punts, just because you don't have some player. Because in the end, you will only have 11 players, and there are always some players which you will miss out on, and that is just a part of the game, guys. So with this, my friends, I think we come to the end of today's stream, because the questions have pretty much dried up. So I hope I've answered or cleared most of your doubts. I'm gonna be here with you tomorrow as well, guys, and I'm gonna be answering your questions again for the deadline stream. I always stream 1.5 hours before the deadline, so 90 minutes of stream tomorrow coming your way as well. And I'll answer your questions. If you have any doubts, feel free to come ask me. And by that time, my team will be final as well, and my strategy too. So that'll make things more clear for you as well. So with this, guys, I come to the end of this stream. I know this was less of a answering your question session, more of a monologue about the strategies and certain double and blank game weeks, but I really hope it helped you. Rupam says you are too polite and frank. Keep going. Thank you so much, Rupam, for your support and encouragement, my friend. Smelly Wab says thanks for the strategy guide, Wiz. You're welcome, Wab, and we need that zen tomorrow. So I hope to see you on the deadline stream as well, bro. FPL Jug says nice stream, Wiz. Cheers, Jug. And so I hope you all have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow for the deadline stream. FPL Visit signing out with a beautiful song for you. Good night, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow for the deadline stream. Take care, cheers, good night, bye bye.